Hey everyone, Paul here, and for those of you who don't know, I really enjoy taking a fundamental look at stocks when I come up with a valuation. And that means that I'm actually going to be excluding a lot of stocks because they're just too expensive, okay? And that doesn't mean that they're always going to be too expensive, but a lot of the companies I'm looking at, and especially in today's market, they just don't make sense in terms of, price to sales, price to earnings, cash flow analysis, a lot of these metrics they're missing on. That being said, there are still opportunities, there are still companies I am invested in, but a lot of the market is expensive right now. So what am I doing with not a lot of opportunities presenting themselves? Well, what I'm doing is I'm going through, still conducting the analysis of what I think is a fair value for some companies that I would like to buy. Okay, so identifying quality businesses, they're on my wish list, I want to buy them, I figure out how much I think that they're worth, and what I'm doing is I'm tracking that in Excel. And I have the Excel spreadsheet set up where the prices will automatically update every single day for what they're currently trading at. And so what that does is that from day to day, let's say there was a stock that's currently at 250, and I think it's worth, 210, let's say. And the stock pulls back enough where all of a sudden I can buy it at 200, okay? Or let's say I can buy it at 190. Well, all of a sudden in that spreadsheet, it's going to tip me off. I'm going to be able to easily filter to that and identify that that's all of a sudden a buy. And I'll say a buy, but I think it's also important at that point to understand why the price has fallen. And, we don't want to just blindly buy it because maybe something fundamental has changed with the company. Maybe there was a data breach that's going to be, crippling to the business. Maybe a key player within the company, a CEO, a founder, maybe they left, and maybe that's going to change the analysis, right? So, but if nothing else changes and it's just market sentiment that's driving it lower, then, sometimes they can represent really good opportunities, and that's a good way to track it. So again, if I'm going to be looking at hundreds of companies, trying to figure out what they're worth, okay, and then finding out, the exact day or the exact week when they become good buys. Well, doing that, it takes a lot of time, okay? And I understand a lot of people that are watching this, maybe you're interested in stocks, and maybe you don't have that kind of time. Unfortunately, I do, okay? Fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to look at, look at that. But how can you get access to that? I've got a Facebook group I'm just starting up for taking stock investing. I'll have a link to that below. But what you can do with that is take advantage of my findings. And you can find out, I'm going to post that spreadsheet daily so you can kind of sort it and see, is there anything new that's popping up? Is there anything that maybe looks like it's on sale that's a good buy? Because again, there's a lot of power in being able to identify what you want to buy with a clear mind before it starts falling, okay? It's kind of like making your shopping list before you go to the grocery store and you're wowed by the end caps or their whatever promotion that's not relevant to what you wanted to make for dinner or whatever that might be, right? So go into the stock market, you want to have a shopping list, you want to know what you want to pay for it, right? So you don't get caught up in the FOMO, you don't get caught up in the fear of missing out, but you can also take advantage of the pullback. So it's in the Facebook group, Paul Clark Taking Stock Investing, okay? So I'm going to have that link below. Love it if you could join. I really want to create a quality community where we can talk about stocks and really avoid the spam. So if it's going to be a smaller Facebook group, I think that would actually be a better scenario. So thanks so much for checking this out. Happy to kind of get back into the posting groove and looking forward to chatting with you in the Facebook group.